The arcade is the newest business in GTA Online, and if you own all of the other businesses in the game, you'll definitely want to buy an arcade as well. If I'm being completely honest, this is probably the most simple business in the game so far, so this is going to be a pretty quick guide just to sort of get you up to speed on what you need to know. Of course, the main purpose of the arcade is to be able to start the casino heist. This is going to act a lot like a facility did with the Doomsday heists, meaning you can't host the casino heist unless you own the arcade. So let's have a look at all of the locations. So first up, we've got the one at the top of the map here in Paleto Bay, and this is free for Twitch Prime members. If you're not a Twitch Prime member, it'll be 1.2 million. Moving on to the next one in Grapeseed is just over $1.5 million as well. And the other 4 arcades are going to be down in Los Santos. In my opinion, I definitely don't recommend getting the top 2 because they're so far away from pretty much everything that you'll need to do for the heist, and with your other businesses as well. At this point, I've only done the casino heist once, and all of the setup missions and even the heist mission itself. There was one mission in Fort Zancudo and one near the other businesses up in Sandy Shores, but the vast majority are in the city, so if you can afford the extra money for these 4 we're about to go through, I definitely recommend buying these ones. So the first one in Los Santos is La Mesa, and it's called Videogeddon. This one's 1.875 million. What's good about this one is it's right next to the casino, which of course is where the finale takes place. Moving down to the bottom of the map, we have Davis, which is just called Warehouse. That's 2.135 million. I really don't recommend getting that one. That's a bit far away from everything. Moving up to the left of Los Santos, we've got Rockford Hills. That's 2.345 million, and then this is the one I own in Vinewood, which is 8-bit, which I believe is just over $2.5 million. I chose this one just because it's right next to my apartment and my nightclub, and it's pretty close to the casino as well, and I can access that on the way to my other businesses that are out in Sandy Shores, as opposed to having to go to the bottom of the map every single time I want to go to my arcade. Of course, with all the businesses in the game, you can customize the style, and that'll cost, a fair bit of money, but that won't have any effect on the business at all. So if you're tight for money, like me, as you can see, I only have $55,000 because I spent all my money on pretty much everything in this DLC, then you don't have to worry about any of this at all. Just buy the base arcade, and that's more than enough. So jumping into the arcade, it is a pretty cool little business. You've got all of these arcade machines around that you can place wherever you want. You've got a TV to play games with friends. You've got a bar, which makes it one of the coolest looking businesses in the game. So let's get into how this business actually operates. Like I said at the start, the main reason for this business is to start the casino heist, but there is still a business attached to it as well, sort of like a nightclub with your nightclub popularity, but you also have your underground warehouse, which acts as a separate sort of business. So if we log on to the main laptop, you can see that the first thing that comes up is you can buy lots of different arcade machines. These are pretty pricey. They go from around, I believe, 60 to 70,000 up to over 400,000, I believe. And basically, the more arcade machines you have, the more money you'll earn. Just like the nightclub, you have a safe on the wall in the nightclub, but here you've actually got a safe in your office, and that's where you'll collect the money from the arcade earnings itself. With only 5 different arcade machines, in a couple hours, I got about $5,000. Of course, with more different types of arcade machines, that's gonna go up, but if you're trying to make a return on investment just by getting money through the arcade itself, that's gonna take a hell of a long time, and this business probably isn't worth it if you're just doing it for that. So let's move on to the real part of this business, and the real reason you would buy it after all, and that's underground. If we just take a quick look at the upgrades tab, you can see that there's 2 upgrades you can buy. The first is the drone station, which allows you to use drones, which is pretty much the exact same as the Terabyte drones. And then you've got the master control terminal, which is just over $1.7 million. And for hardcore grinders in GTA Online, this is amazing. This is one of the best things, one of the best quality of life improvements we've seen in GTA Online. By logging on to this computer, you can manage all of your businesses from this one spot. You can buy supplies, you can start supply missions. For your vehicle warehouse and cargo, you can start source missions. It is basically a Terabyte 2.0, and kind of what I hoped the Terabyte was going to be like in the first place. This is going to save you so much time flying or driving all over the map to get to your different businesses. And what's crazy about this is you can even sell product from this terminal. So just as an example, we'll sell my nightclub stock. So we click sell. And the only real letdown of this is it doesn't really teleport you to your nightclub, for example. You still have to drive all the way over there. So for example, if I wanted to sell my cocaine, which is up in Sandy Shores, I would have to click sell and then still drive all the way up there to get whatever sell vehicle I have to do, then come back down to Los Santos. It's a bit of a pain, but the main reason you'll be using this terminal anyway is to just sort of buy supplies instead of having to fly all the way up to the top of the map. We'll just go a bit further through the underground area here, and you can see you've got your 3 heist planning boards. Of course, the casino heist is the most diverse heist we've actually got in the game. You can select 3 different approaches, and there's lots of ways you can approach each approach. So it's a really diverse heist. Lots of replayability, and the payout isn't as good as I thought it would be with only 2.1 million, but still it is a lot of fun. Throughout the rest of this underground section is where you'll store your heist vehicles, as well as you can actually install different machines where you can actually practice hacking, which you will use in heists if you want to do it pretty efficiently. But other than that, man, that's pretty much it. Like I said, for hardcore grinders, this is pretty much a must-have business, but if you're just a casual player, I don't really know if it's worth it. If you have friends that are able to buy an arcade, you can just do the heist with them. So really, you wouldn't have much of a reason to buy it. But anyway, guys, that'll bring us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, I've been grinding this DLC for hours. I didn't get much sleep last night, so if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated, and share it with your friends if you think they would want to see it as well. Make sure you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.